Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Joe Two and Love. Here with the AEW Dynamite review for June 22nd, 2022. Holy, you know what? Last night's Dynamite was very epic on the Golem show before Forbidden Door. We had some good stuff, very good stuff on Dynamite last night. None perhaps more bigger than the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada of New Japan Pro Wrestling showing up last night on Dynamite and saving Hangman on Page from a beatdown of Jay White and Adam Cole, and it's been made official. Fatal four-way match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship is made for Forbidden Door Sunday. Jay White will defend against Hangman Adam Page, Kazuchika Okada, and Adam Cole. That is a blockbuster of a match to add to a Forbidden Door card that was looking good and but needs some juice, I would say, to really add to the card. And this four way, I mean, just takes up another level. Just take now Moxley for Tanahashi, Ospreay versus Cassidy. Those would be really good matches, but I think you need a jump. And this match, oh boy, I mean, they're talking about Moxley versus Tanahashi as the main event, and I get it, but in all likelihood, the four-way should be the main event, according to me. I mean, that match is just mind-boggling how good it can be. It could be a match of the year, can it already, with the way things lined up. I mean, if you aren't excited, if you're a wrestling fan or an AEW fan about Forbidden Door, and I don't know what goes on in your head. I mean, honestly, it's going to be a fun ride come this Sunday, June 26th. Also, what was pretty mysterious was Bryan Danielson. He announced that, excuse me, pop up came up, but Bryan Danielson announced that good news, bad news, that he's not medically cleared for Forbidden Door or Blood and Guts next week, but he will, or he has selected a replacement, a suitable replacement to face Zack Sabre Jr. on Sunday at Forbidden Door, and to replace him next week in Blood and Guts. Now, I am disappointed. I think we are that Brian will not be on either of these events. I mean, with the way it was going on, it stemmed from likely, but good news from the way he sounded. He's not going to be out for too long, but still, it's kind of a blow because Punk is hurt. I mean, already out for some time. MJF is out. Well, he's off TV for a while due to the storyline they have. Um, Now Brian's out for a bit, but it's gonna be intriguing to see who faced Zack Sabre Jr., who made an appearance on Dynamite as well. But we shall see. Some more matches were added to Forbidden Doors card. Along Christian Cage cut a great promo. I'll go over all that in a bit, but thank you for joining me. If you're new to podcasts and you want to see more reviews by me, click the description there in the corner. You can see more all my videos. Get in touch of when I upload them and more. AEW Dynamite, Rampage, etc. And Forbidden Door, which I will have a review up come Monday on the 27th. So look for that as well. But yeah, thank you. Let's get into the review, shall we? Unfortunately, I don't have a tape right now, so I'm gonna just hold my notes. So if it looks a little weird, then yeah, but better than nothing. So, Don might start off with Bryan Danielson. He came out, he was in the ring with Tony Schiavone. He basically took the mic, addressed this week, saying it's a great week for professional wrestling. Forbidden Door on Sunday night and Blood and Guts next week. Two polar opposites where Sunday is the coming of intertwining of the two best pro wrestling companies in the world today. And next week's Blood and Guts is, just anarchy and pretty much a fight all in all. So he announced after going a bit on and on, said he would love to be able to get revenge on Chris Jericho for up in anarchy in the arena, and that he would love to prove to Zack Sabre Jr. who the best technical wrestler in the world is today. But unfortunately, he's not medically clear. And which is the bad news. The good news is he's still talking. He can still walk fine. He can still go at it. And that he won't be. The way he sounded was he's not going to be gone for much long. Maybe he's just nagging injuries. Because that anarchy in the rematch was just brutal. I mean, yeah, so he said he's found a suitable replacement for Sunday to face Zack Sabre Jr. at Forbidden Door, and that next week he'll be in Blood and Guts, and we'll be pretty excited to see how he does in AEW. So he did the Who chants that's New Day, the New Day of WWE would do for many times. So he said that that I came out of the heel tunnel that I'm not gonna tell you guys. So he posed on the top rope, and then all of a sudden we hear Zack Sabre Jr.'s music play. He comes out to stage, and he has a bit of words for Brian, who's in the middle of the ring. Good little dynamic there, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait to see this match in a proper setting. But it's kind of cool to still see Zack Sabre Jr. on Dynamite. Now, just leave my notes there for a sec. Now, this obviously put social media in a frenzy because laid the question of who the possible replacement for Brian Danielson on Sunday will be. And the way I thought it was, after looking over the rumors and stuff of who could be, I see two options potentially of who could actually be. A, it could be Cesaro, aka Claudio, formerly of WWE. I mean, many of us thought he could be the Joker in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament to take on Samoa Joe, but it turned out to be Johnny Elite. So we know how good of a wrestler Claudio or Cesaro is, and he would be a great addition. And we know how tight Claudio and Brian are. So that's there. Or it could be one Johnny Gargano. Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. I mean, Johnny Gargano, went away quietly in the winter of last year for NXT, opted not to go to the main roster, opted not to re-sign his deal for NXT, and now he's a father. Now he and Candice officially have had their kid for a bit. I know many thought that perhaps at Beach Break, when Danhausen appeared, maybe Johnny Gargano appears because it was in Cleveland. Well, I mean, things change. What a big stage it would be for Johnny Wrestling or Johnny Gargano to appear on Sunday at Forbidden Door to take on Zack Sabre Jr. I mean, Brian's not gonna pick some slouch, so I mean, the way it sounds, the way it seems, those are the two likely candidates, and it's gonna be intriguing. It's gonna be a joy to see, but I'm going with one of those two. We'll see. We'll see. Either one of those two guys would be very fun. Very fun, though. Although it is a blow that Brian will be out for a bit. I mean, he has been out for the last. He hasn't wrestled since Double or Nothing. So he's basically been out for a month and he's going to be out for a little bit longer. But fear not, should be back very soon. Or soon, rather than later. John Moxley, he addressed Blood and Guts next week, and Hiroshi Tanahashi says that he dislikes Chris Jericho, talked about Sammy Guevara. He said that you guys threw a fireball in my best friend's face, injured my partner, so he's looking for vengeance next week. Talked about Tanahashi in the main event, saying that tonight is business, but Sunday it's personal, and that when that bell rings, I have respect for anyone else. Orange Cassidy and Roppangi Vice. Orange Cassidy's first match really back since that incident with Keith Lee in the road to and that Revolution ladder match for a TNT title opportunity at Revolution. They face off here versus Will Ospreay and Aussie Open. You know, seeing Will Ospreay and Aussie Open on TV, I mean, no, it's not going to last probably much longer for the time being, but for now, you just got to enjoy it because, of course, Ospreay, arguably the best wrestler on the planet. This was a solid trios match with. I mean, I was curious about the finish because the ties to Sunday. But so, Orange Cassidy looked all right in this match. He obviously had the tape on his formerly injured shoulder. It's probably still not 100%, but close to it. So Orange got attacked. So Roppangi Vice and Orange had a plancha suicida combination. Stereo dies on the outside, basically. Back in the ring, combination on Ospreay, falling splash by Orange for a 2. Aussie Open, I follow New Japan when I can, and Aussie Open looked very good in this match. Taking it to Roppangi Vice. Aussie Open actually hit a butterfly spine buster on Romero for a near fall. There was an assisted code red in the middle of the ring. Mark Davis hit a innovative pile driver on, Trent Beretta for 2. Romero hit a crossbody to Ospreay on the outside. Orange Cassidy hit the orange punch on, I believe it was Fletcher, for the win. And Orange Cassidy and Roppangi Vice got the win here. I mean, theoretically, it makes sense because Ospreay's not losing to Orange on Sunday. And Roppangi Vice, I'm guessing from this, is likely not. I mean, I kind of figured, but probably not going to win the tag titles on Sunday. My prediction is probably FTR, but we'll see. That's going to be damn interesting. The triple threat tag team match, winner takes all. Jay Lethal, he and his Sable were backstage. He announced that Joe's been out for quite a while, since Double or Nothing. And he says that the clock is ticking for Samoa Joe, saying that he either A, should defend the title for him, the Ring of Honor TV title, or B, vacate it. So he said he better make up his mind now because the clock is ticking. Miss Samoa Joe on AEW television, excuse me. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting match between the two, I would imagine, after some few months. Christian Cage. Now, Christian has always been an underrated heel to me. And, you know, last week he turned heel on Jungle Boy. You know, bit of a refresher, new start to his AEW career after how it was kind of overblown last year. But this is good. This was great. A great promo. How to be a heel. I mean, this was great. One of the better Christian Cage promos I have ever heard. This was something. So, Christian Cage came out. He was with Tony Schiavone in the ring. Tony asked him about the events of last week. Christian asked a few times to the Milwaukee crowd to shut up and give him the decorum of respect, but that only amplified the crowd. They just were. I believe I heard one little kid in the front. Little kid. Shouting, shut the F up. That that was hilarious. That was hilarious. But finally, Christian Cage telling that he brought up the elimination last year at Double or Nothing in the Battle Royal to determine a title match versus Kenny Omega for the world title, in which it was down to Christian Cage and Jungle Boy, in which Jungle Boy won. So I brought up that, and Tony said, well, that sounds kind of petty. And Cage said, yeah. So he brought up social media, pretty much a shot at some of the marks, saying that you think you should know who I should wrestle, how I should act, this or that. You guys don't know crap, you don't know what goes on in the back. We'll pretty much dig at the fans there. So then, a great tidbit we all saw last week after Dynamite. So, for those who saw, for those who didn't, last week on after Dynamite went off the air, after Christian Cage turned on Jungle Boy, hit the Conchero, Jungle Boy's mother and sister were in the crowd, and they had a bit of words with Christian Cage. And his mother and his sister both flipped off Christian and had some not nice words for him. And Christian basically replied with saying, "You guys raised a piece of shit." That was that was that was something. That was something. So then he dived into, well, perhaps his mother was worried that she was seeing her knight in shining armor go off into the sunset, and saying that Jungle Boy, or so she said, or he said rather, that perhaps Jungle Boy's mom was warming up to Christian Cage, saying that she wanted Jungle Boy to be Christian to be Jungle Boy's father, and he said, "I know Jungle Boy looked up to him as a father figure," and Christian. This was, oh my gosh. Christian Cage said, "I never wanted to be your father. I never wanted to be your father figure. You have a father." And I can't believe he said this line, but he did. Your father's dead. And that was just, oh, how to be a heel, how to be a actual heel in this business. And it was I mean, I just came home from work and then I heard this great promo by Christian. I mean, jeez. I was exhausted, but it was hilarious. It was was good. And then Christian said, "Enjoy your early retirement, Jungle Boy. At 25, you should stay home." And then right away we hear Jungle Boy Luchasaurus music. Out comes Luchasaurus, who looked conflicted as hell for what happened last week. So then Luchasaurus got Christian Cage by the neck, by the throat, and was kind of choking him in the corner. And Christian was trying to reason with him, trying to reason with the dinosaur. And he said that we need to talk. And he hugged Luchasaurus and they walked off. Bit of a bizarre way to end the segment, but I don't know. Certainly intriguing, but what a promo! What a promo by Christian Cage, especially when MJF is not on TV for the foreseeable future. This was damn good. Damn good. Good to see Christian as a heel again. Where's this lead with Luchasaurus? I'm not sure. The Young Bucks and Kyle O'Reilly, they were backstage. Young Bucks announced that now they got the gold back, saying that of course they'll be at Forbidden Door, saying they were the original locksmiths to the door, so they might as well be there. They announced that there will be an 8-man tag for Forbidden Door. Young Bucks, Hikuleo, and El Phantasmo, a Bullet Club, versus Sting, Darby Allin, Shingo Takagi, and Himalaya Tanahashi. 8-man tag for Forbidden Door. Now, of course, one of the extra matches on the card, but you kind of knew the Young Bucks weren't going to miss this. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, Shingo, former IWGP World Champion, when Ospreay, had to vacate the title, Shingo won it in a match versus Okada. So, Shingo was it. First time seeing a Shingo match in really a long time. So, him there sing at Forbidden Door. That's something I never thought I'd see. But we will see it. Malakai Black versus Penta Oscuro. All-Atlantic Championship qualifier match. This was the final qualifying match for the four-way. It was announced that Tomohiro Ishii, the Stone Pitbull was the final man and was the man from New Japan to qualify for his four-way. So it will be Ishii, Miro, Pac versus the winner of this match. Pretty good match as you expect from these two. Hard to complain. So, Penta hit a tope con Hero to the outside. Looked like he landed a bit awkwardly on his lower back. So, Black was targeting Penta's back. The majority of the match threw him to the post and the barricade, trying to soften him up. Penta fired back, hit a rolling cutter in the ring for a near fall. Back on the outside, Black hit a moonsault, followed with a double foot stomp in the ring for a near fall. Finally, after Penta was going for it numerous times, this was a dangerous spot, but Penta hit a avalanche fear factor from the second rope on to Black. And as he was struggling, finally, he got the cover 1, 2, only for 2 because Black got his foot on the bottom rope. So finally, they were exchanging again. Penta went for a kick, but Black caught it, hit the Black Mass or the Sin Eater, whichever they call it. Roundhouse kick for the win, and Malakai Black heads to Forbidden Door to take in this glorious four-way match. One to see. Pac came in the ring to protect Penta. Miro cut a big promo on the screen, targeting all members of this match. Bit of a stare down, walk up. It's gonna be an interesting affair between all of these four men. Hangman and Page. He went one Silas Young. Silas Young, I've seen a few times on Ring of Honor TV. I imagine when they happen to do a Ring of Honor television product again, Silas Young will be a part of it, I think. This was a pretty good match between the two. Hangman hit his moonsault to the outside. Back in the ring, his superplex on Silas. Back and forth, Silas got a near fall. Hangman followed up with a lariat. Then finally hit the buckshot for the win. Hangman gets the victory over Game Silas Young. After match, because Adam Cole was on commentary. Adam Cole was about to say something, and then we hear Jay White's music play. Says that he's up here to give an apology for what happened last week over for Cole, but he said that even with the circumstances, he still can't give a title shot to Cole because he lost to Page. So Jay White tried down, said some words to Hangman, says that he knows that it won't be him getting title shot versus Jay White. So Jay got the microphone smacked out of his hands. This amplified Jay White. They had a bit of brawl in the metal ring. Hangman went for the buckshot, but Cole came down, hit a low blow, and they were in the ring, getting beat down by Jay White. Cole, it looked like he was going to set up for hitting the title on Jay White. But then all of a sudden, Cole told Jay White to pick up Hangman, and Cole was going to hit him with it. Then we hear, I wish I had some coins with me right now, but I don't. I don't see coin. We did hear the coin drop, and we were worried that he might not show up. He did show up. The Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. He arrived, ran down to the ring, and it was all of a sudden a 2-on-2 now. Okada and Hangman versus Cole and Jay White. This was very surreal. And then it looked like Okada was about to hit the Rainmaker on Jay White. Jay White slipped out, grabbed his towel, hiked up the ramp, and then we got a bit of a look off and seeing what's to come. Adam Cole on the stage, Jay White on the ramp. Hangman and Okada locking eyes in the ring. And it was later announced a fatal 4-way on Sunday night. It's going to be a damn fun affair. And I can't wait to see it. Tony Storm versus Maria Shavir. Why is apparently Maria Shavir's lined up with Nyla Rose? Okay. So that doesn't do nothing for me. Sorry. You know, people were chiming in, claiming that Thunder Rosa sandbagged Maria Shafir. Well, now Maria Shafir had not that great of a match with Tony Storm. Tony Storm got a roll up for the win. Then Thunder Rosa came down to save Tony. There was that. It's going to be a good match on Sunday. The build-up could have been better, but I'm intrigued by this match. Definitely to say. Interesting lineup for Rampage. So you got DKC versus Hook. DKC reportedly of the New Japan Dojo. Jeff Cobb versus Cash Wheeler ahead of the Triple Threat Tag Team match on Sunday. Should be a nice match. Cobb's second match in AEW. Andrade El Idolo. I mean, with the reports that Andrade not able to be on Forbidden Door, sad, but at least we're getting a hell of a match with him and Ray Phoenix on Rampage, stemming from the Battle Royal a couple weeks ago. Or last week. Yeah, I think it was last week, yeah. Main events. Chris Jericho and Lance Archer for Jon Moxley and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Pretty decent match. Tanahashi, his first match on AEW, has history with everyone in this match. Well, Sunday, Jon Moxley. Good stuff here. Tanahashi got the hot tag. He had senton on Jericho for 2. Jericho countered Tanahashi, caught him with a codebreaker for a near fall. Archer and Moxley, of course, they have big history. Moxley's suicidal Archer. Tanahashi fired back with a knee facebuster of his own. By the way, Sammy Guevara and Tai Conti were at ringside. So, Moxley flipped both of them off. Funny stuff. So, Tanahashi went for a crossbody but rolled through into the walls of Jericho. Mox saved Tanahashi with a cutter on Jericho. Tanahashi a sling blade on Archer. Finally, Mox hit a paradigm shift. Tanahashi a frog splash on Archer for the win. And both get the victory ahead of Forbidden Door. I mean, made sense, As much I love Lance Archer, he's the only one that wasn't on the card Sunday out of these 4. So, disappointed, yes, but good to see Tanahashi in AEW ring wrestling. The ending of the show was left to be desired, I think, for many. So a lot of people were brawling at ringside. A bunch of New Japan guys, Blackpool Comic Club guys, a bunch of guys from Sunday. Tanahashi and Moxley were just staring at each other for a good while in the ring before. I wonder if they finished a bit early. I'm just curious because it seemed a bit long. But a not so good ending to a great Golem show to Forbidden Door. So, for Dynamite. So, overall was very good. That promo by Christian, Okada showing up Malakai versus Penta. It's going to be a stacked card on Sunday night, so can't wait to see it. But nonetheless, that's review, guys. I'll see you on Saturday for AEW Rampage. If you like this video, click the like, leave a thumbs up, help out the video, help out the channel. But again, thank you all. Be safe. I'm Joe Love. Getting out of here. See you Saturday. Peace.